special. Shine a light on me, yeah. Let the midnight special shine a love, a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Yeah. Let the midnight special and shine a love, a light on me.
Field of Night Ears Radio, FONR from Dyersville, Iowa, at midnight. Welcome. Everybody has been emailing me all day, asking me, Dante, why are you doing the show this time? As many of you know, we don't conduct this show on a regular basis. There's a reason for that. We only do this when it's needed, when it's required, when something important happened. And something important has happened, is happening, and unfortunately continues to happen. I'm not only referring to the events that took place in Florida last weekend, which everybody's talking about, and you don't need to hear more about on this station. I am talking about what happened to Christina Grimes. Christina was an up-and-coming musician who had somewhat made it, actually. She had made it, at least as far as Clear Channel and iHeartRadio were considered. One of the biggest corporations in the industry, Clear Channel and iHeartRadio, had put her in the right place so that she could perform the way she wanted to, or at least the way they wanted her to think that she wanted to. And so there she was, with her brother, signing autographs, and she got shot in the face. And you might think that's an extreme measure, an extreme issue, an extreme situation, but it's not. Things like this happen to musicians, especially independent musicians, all the time. There's a reason for that. In her case, she couldn't afford the security, so her brother was there. In other musicians' situations, in other indie artist situations, they can't afford to feed themselves, but they play music. They can't afford to buy groceries, but they go out and they play music. They can't afford to make their car payment, their rent. They can't afford a cell phone. And people say, well, why don't they just get a job? They have jobs. They work 2, 3 jobs. They work as many jobs as possible, plus they produce their own music. They write their own stuff. They pay for their own CDs. They pay for their own recordings. They get screwed by major companies, by record labels, by people who say, yeah, I'll promote you. Hey, come over here. I'll make you a star. In the meantime, they pay. They pay to get on Rhapsody. They pay to get on iTunes. They pay to get on Amazon. They pay to get on Reverb Nation, CD Baby, SoundCloud. They pay. They pay for promotion. They pay for album art. They pay for royalties when they should be getting paid. Now, we're not talking about children in Cambodia. We're not talking about small-headed babies stung by mosquitoes. We're talking about people that you go and hear on Fridays and Saturday nights, sometimes Thursday nights, and they play their ass off for you, and you bitch when you go to the door and have to pay a cover charge. The hell with you. You bitch when you have to pay to download a song. Again, the hell with you. These bands actually, and you'll hear tonight, that this particular young man and his band and his group of people would pay their opening acts first. Yeah, they would make sure that their opening acts were covered so that everybody was happy, and they didn't give a damn because it felt good to be on stage, because that's why they do it. They work their ass off all week. They practice every night, all night, go back to work, and then they cut CDs. And then you know what happens? Some place in their underwear in a basement working a computer calls themselves a label and says, I'll make you famous. Give me this, I'll submit you there, and I'll take a percentage. Yeah. Well, tonight we're going to talk about somebody who worked his rear end off. And we're going to expose to you what the indie world is like for musicians. Maybe not in the way I want to expose it, but in probably a more tender way than even I'm used to. I'm talking about Josh Michek. Josh Michek is the bassist, or we should say was the bassist, of Ceteri. Will always be the bassist of Ceteri. But Josh got off of work from working at Starbucks after a period of celebration for releasing Ceteri's new CD. And he was in a car accident, unfortunately killed. Killed because he was tired, because he worked his ass off in order to help put out his CD. All these guys worked their ass off to put out this CD. And as they do that, the roaches gather. The turtlenecked, jean jacket wearing hipsters who say, I'll make you famous. We'll be talking with the band after one of Josh's more favorite songs. This is Third Eye Blind, in memory of Josh Michek. This is Slow Motion.
Miss Jones taught me English, but I think I just shot her son. 'Cause he owed me money with a bullet in the chest. You cannot run. Now he's bleeding in a vacant lot, the one in the summer where we used to smoke pot. I guess I didn't mean it, but man, you should have seen it. His flesh explode, slow motion, see me let go. We tend to die young, slow motion, see me let go. What a brother knows, slow motion, see me let go. Now the cops will get me, but girl, if you would let me, I'll take your pants off. I got a little bit of blow, we could both get off. Later bathing in the afterglow, 2 lines of coke got cut with Drano, and her nose starts to bleed. A most beautiful ruby red, slow motion, see me let go. We'll remember these days, slow motion, see me let go. Urban life decays, slow motion, see me let go. And at home, my sister's eating paint chips again. Maybe that's why she's insane. I shut the door to her moaning, and I shoot smack in my veins. Wouldn't you see my neighbor's beating his wife? Because he hates his life. There's a knock to his fist as he sways. slides close to me won't grow old to be a junkie wino creep. Hollywood glamorized my wrath. I'm a young urban psychopath. I incite murder for your entertainment, 'cause I needed the money. What's your excuse? The joke's on you. Slow motion, see me let go. Oh yeah. Slow motion, see me let go. Slow motion, see me let go.
In celebration of Josh Michek, this is Field of Nightmares Radio, FONR, from Dyersville, Iowa, because we have ankle bracelets. Third Eye Blind, Slow Motion, one of Josh's more favorite tunes. I got the band here on the phone, Ceteri, guys from the Milwaukee area. I got Eddie.
How you doing?
Eddie Springman, vocals. Daryl Kuiper, rhythm guitar. Daryl, you there?
Yeah, what's going on?
Cool, good to hear from you, Daryl. Kenny Clark, drums.
Hey, how you doing? What's going on?
All right, hey Kenny, and Josh. Josh, say your last name again. I got your name wrong.
Jesse.
I'm sorry.
It's Jesse.
All right, for some reason, who's the bass player here that I got screwed up? Josh on bass. I'm sorry. I can't read my own goddamn handwriting.
It's Jesse on guitar is with us.
Right, Jesse McElroy. And Jesse's on a different line, so he might sound a little strange to radio land. Jesse, say hi again.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Okay, folks, this is Iowa. You know what Iowa stands for. We always tell everybody, idiots out wandering around. So we have no phone company. Everything's pretty much one big dumb wire. So if we get disconnected here, we'll come right back. If you're listening, remember the following, okay? This is not FM radio. This is explicit internet radio. If you hear something you don't like, go away. All right? We're not here to appease you. We're here to talk about this, about a subject that is very dear to our hearts. So again, if you don't like what we're saying, don't bother to call and tie up our very expensive phone lines, our email, or Molly, who is very busy over on the other side of the building. Just blow it out your ass and go somewhere else. Go listen to FM radio. That's where you belong. Anyway, moving right along. Guys, first off, I wanted to get a little sense of history with you. I have some stuff that you sent me, and I'm going to be nervously shoveling through it, because of lack of preparation, as you can tell. But if you could possibly tell me, when did you guys? Well, first off, let's go with Daryl. Daryl, when did you first meet him? When did you first meet Josh?
That day. I was a senior in high school, and a few weeks earlier I had met Eddie and Jesse and Kenny, and they said they were in a band and they were going to practice. So I went over to the practice, and they had just met this new bass player from the internet, and that was Josh. And I connected with him on multiple different levels, and that stayed strong the whole way.
Cool. Now, what year was that?
Oh, jeez. 2000, the fall of 2003.
So you guys have you've been together for a while.
Oh yeah. It's been a really, really long time.
So it was kind of like an all-at-once thing. You three of you knew each other, and then you met Josh?
Yeah, the four of us knew each other all from high school because we all went to the same high school. And we actually met Josh on this old website called MilwaukeeRocks.com.
No, I remember that. Oh, yeah, I used to harass that website. Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Everyone, didn't we all?
Yeah. Well, that's what it was for, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And essentially, then, where did you? I mean, was it just like a 1 day a week thing? I mean, I remember when I gigged, and
We would do it like almost every day after school. Like we would skip soccer practice, we'd skip football practice, we'd skip baseball practice, we'd skip choir, we'd skip band, we'd skip whatever we could do the band practice because that was the most important thing to us in high school.
Okay, now I'm kind of curious. Maybe the best thing to do here is to talk to the guitarists, Daryl and Jesse. How did you met him as a bassist, right? I mean, you didn't meet him as a guitarist. He was actually playing bass at the time, or was he playing guitar?
He was always
He was playing bass.
He was always a bassist.
Oh,
Because I noticed in one of the lines he says he was bringing the funk.
Oh, he brings it.
Yeah, that's a bassist. That's because
That is
bassists
a-
know
that's
funk,
a-
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a line that I recognize. And I'm kind of curious, where was your first gig?
our first ever gig.
First ever.
That was at the rave, right?
I believe it was at the Rave in Milwaukee. Yeah.
Okay, no, wait, I'm actually talking about the first time you guys actually played out. Maybe not for dollars, but for
Oh, okay.
for embarrassment. How's that?
Was that'd be the Logaman Center.
Logan Center in Mequon.
The
They would
Logan.
let us throw shows all the time as long as we told them we were from Mequon, which we weren't. But
Oh, I see. You had to be
think
from
she knew that,
Mequon.
But she let us play anyway.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
I remember those days. Those were fun.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys have a following back then?
Yeah, we actually did. I mean, we'd get people from our high school. We'd get people from other high schools, and that's where actually we initially met Josh. We used to be in a band called Overgrown Adolescents, and he came to see one of our shows, and he absolutely hated our band.
He hated you guys?
2 weeks later, he joined the band. He thought we sucked, and he absolutely fell in love with us. He was
Really?
making fun of us the whole time, but he wanted to be in the band the whole time. I think. Like,
Wow. Wow.
it's
And,
just
and what
started
about...
blind, and we needed a bass player, and he was there, and the rest is history, man. It's
what,
over a 15-year friendship from that one day.
Cool. I see that's what counts. But, you know, one of the things that I've noticed being in this business for the amount of, well, we won't say that, for as long as I've been in it, is that the bands that can remain together, or at least, you know, in a working relationship, usually are the ones that make it. We have a band that, I won't mention their name, but we featured them on the station, and they were together for about a week, and then, well, then they came across this particular female, and that was the end of it. See, had anything like that go on?
We could let Jesse field that question.
Jesse, you sound like the guilty party. Not dead air. Go ahead, Jesse. Tell us the truth.
All right. It's it happens. I think every band goes through the girl phase. You just can't let that destroy you, and that's what we would never let happen. A girl would never get between the five of us.
No, that's good to
And
hear.
I will tell you, they tried.
And not saying that that's the intent. You know, I'm sure. I mean, there are some very nice people out there, but
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I've seen that happen, and I, you know, to hear that you've been together for 15 years, that's impressive. So you say the first real big gig was at the rave.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your first tune?
What was that?
What was the first song? What was the first
The first song.
first track, first cut?
I don't remember the first track exactly what it was called, but I did write a song called "Be Yourself," which kind of it's just destroyed me for life personally. I get made fun of it to this day.
Why is that?
Good tune.
Why is that? Why didn't you like the song?
I mean, it's not that I didn't like it. It's that I wrote it when I was in 8th grade, messed around with it for like 3 years. It was the closest thing I could do at 13 years old to like Sum 41, Blink-182, Green Day, and then I guess I threw in a little Avril Lavigne, and that's why it's still a joke.
Yeah, you got to watch out for Avril. She'll mess you up every time.
Every time.
Yeah. That's like, well, I don't even want to say what we would, the 1980s, 70s, 80s equivalent of that would be, but I learned about you guys through Paul, and Paul and I used to gig together, and I just can...
Oh yeah, he's told us stories.
Yeah, I can imagine he's probably told you about the gigantic cockroaches in the band houses. The fact is that you guys were at the rave, which is a pretty big thing. I mean, how did you land the rave?
Yeah, just like any other show that's big, that you think is big, you have to pay for it.
You paid for it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now here's what I'm talking about, all right? Now I'm going to go off, all right?
What
What did you pay?
We would have to sell. Yeah, we had to sell. We paid for tickets, and we had to sell them, and then whatever. Whatever we didn't sell, we had to pay for it. And that was.
Say that. I want everyone to hear that. Now, folks, listeners, I see the server is telling us we got people in Europe, Canada, Mexico, Philippines. I don't know why you're in the Philippines listening to us, but thank you for listening. The question I have, I want you to repeat. The thing I want you to repeat is I want you to tell the audience again that you paid so that you could play.
We paid. We paid to play. Because we paid for exposure, pretty much. But that's what you have to do. And for like as many tickets that we would sold, that we would sell, would basically put our position in whatever lineup that they had. And whatever tickets that we did not sell, we had to pay for those. We bought them ourselves so we could have a better time slot.
Yeah, I want people to know this. Because when they come to the door and they try to sneak someone in or they go in through the fire exit.
Or they're with the band like every
Right, yeah, we're with the band. Yeah, I love that.
You carry a tambourine, you're with the band.
Yeah. I was gigging out and someone stole my T-shirt that had my name on it and walked around for 3 weeks telling everybody it was me. And I was nobody. I don't even understand what that was about. But the point being is that people will sneak in and that rips you off because you're paying for it.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, how often does that happen?
It'll happen at every show you play. And I honestly, I don't think it'll stop, ever. People always find a way to get in no matter what.
All right. Well,
it's really the promoters. It's got to be up to the venue. It's the promoters. There's only so much the band can do about who comes in. Because we're on stage trying to entertain people.
And I want
and
people.
We want them to get paid for the show.
I want people to remember that. Because when you go to a show and you duck the cover or you bitch about the cover, you're just bitching about the band. And they're paying to play for you. It's a pay kind of thing. I mean, they're going up there and they're paying. You guys are going up there and paying.
Pretty much.
And people are paying to get in. And so the promoter and the venue are making it on both ends. Think about that. Now, we have a song up here.
Oh, yeah. And they get the bar money, too.
Yeah, that's... Don't get me started, dude. I swear to God, we'll be on this radio for the next 24 hours. Yeah.
We could do this for 24 hours.
Yeah, I don't think... I honestly don't think BMI would be real happy if we did. But we have a song...
No, I don't think so either.
We have a song next called Hit and Run. And I like how your songs are tagged because next to everything it says explicit. And I like that. This you said you wanted us to label this with Josh's name. Why don't you tell us how this song Hit and Run came about?
Hit and Run actually, I mean, it really came about because Josh was our bass player who would always fuck around with the pedals.
Yeah.
He had to have like at least 5 pedals on his pedal board. He always loved effects, all that kind of stuff.
A pedal fucker. Yeah, okay.
A pedal fucker.
Yeah, okay.
But because of him being a pedal fucker, he wrote one of the, just in my opinion, catchiest bass lines. And it's just like he played it once, and within 2 run-throughs, we knew exactly what the song was.
Kind of strange how genius works, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, this is...
Try to write a song for an hour, and nothing will come out.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take this song, and on the other side, we're going to come back with the guys from Ceteri, Eddie, Daryl, Kenny, and Jesse, talking about their good friend, Josh Michek, passed away last Tuesday because of a car accident. You're listening to Field of Nightmares Radio. This is Hit and Run.
Self-esteem, you're running on your high, you're swung, you're laughing at me. You made it tight to the feel that you're just a waste of time. So bad girl, keep your distance.
Too bad we're both gonna make
The time is come for us to say sorry I'm late, I was out spoiling my liver, I couldn't wait. Sun was up for far too long today, and I can't see straight, but the two of you look awfully pretty, and I couldn't wait. Been awake for far too long today.
That wasn't supposed to happen, guys. You still there?
Yep.
All right, that wasn't supposed to happen. This is live radio, ladies and gentlemen. That was Steve Miller rocking me for 3 seconds. I hope you enjoyed the short version. That was, as we would say back in the radio days, that was the 45. Now, I wanted to talk about a couple of things here first. Because of Steve Miller, I lost my train of thought, and I'm angry about that. We were just talking about something a second ago. Someone want to remind me? We were off network. We were just talking.
We were talking about Alkaline Trio.
Yeah. Why the Alkaline Trio? Why that song?
I think Matt Skiba really touched Josh. He really got to Josh's lyrics. That was one of the things Josh really liked about Alkaline Trio. He said, the lyrics just touched him in a certain way.
Now, did Josh write a lot of lyrics?
Yes, he did.
Okay, and I guess, without trying to be presumptuous or anything like that, all of the artists that I meet seem to have their own reason behind their poetry. You know what I'm going for here?
Yeah.
What would you say that is for Josh?
His reason for writing?
He just wrote about everything that was going on in his life and everything around him. It was very therapeutic for him, I think. He was one of those people who could, if you're sitting there trying to write lyrics for a half hour and you come up with nothing, he has a whole song done in 15 seconds later. He basically told a story.
Mm-hmm. And
About
things that would happen because like we were those type of guys that never really got noticed for what we did, and he was one of those type of guys too, and whatever he wrote on a piece of paper, he would just use it in a music, in a musical type of environment and make songs about it, and people will love it.
you guys have a GoFundMe page up. Actually, a person named Allison Dunn has a GoFundMe page up.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you people are human out there listening to us, listening to the band talk, you'll go to www.gofundme.com/Josh Michek, and I'll spell that for you. Joash. I'll try it again because I can't spell. Joshmichek. Again, GoFundMe.com/JoshMichek/donate. Do it now. If you can only give $5 or $10, that's all right, but give something. Give something, because this is a good time for confession. Give something for every time you ripped off an MP3 or an M4 or ripped a bunch of music from Ceteri or brought a recorder in, or from any band. Now is a good time to assuage your conscience. Give to this family who needs help. Do you know what it costs to bury someone nowadays?
Ridiculous.
It's $12,000. $12,000 to do a crappy ass burial. Basically, drive by and throw a person out the window.
Yeah.
All right, that's pathetic. And then I was bouncing the statistic around, and I didn't believe it, because we're doing some research on some other things, and I did a lot of research for this show. And one of the things that really got me angry that I read is that 83, and I checked this statistic, 83.3% of people who consider themselves independent musicians make less than $30,000 a year, have no health or dental insurance.
Yep. That sounds right.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. And so Josh was married.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a really good friend of all of ours, Michelle.
How's she doing?
And what's that?
How is she doing?
She's doing as good as can be expected. I mean, no one wants to go through what she has to go through at 26 years old.
Luckily, she's very, very strong.
I talked to the chief of the Germantown Police Department.
Okay.
You guys might know I used to be an investigator myself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so I checked into this because I'm an incredulous old asshole, and I thought I would find out what happened. And this guy, although he had rules to follow, as they often do in that business, he couldn't say certain things. But you get the definite, strong impression that Josh just fell asleep. There was no alcohol. It was 4 p.m. There certainly wasn't anything else going on. From everybody that I've talked to, he wasn't like that. And so I've had a couple of people send me a couple of nasty emails, and I'd like to stress those people right now. Fuck you. Okay, moving right along, I want to read what's...
Thank you so much.
Well, it's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous to say, well, he's probably wasted, and that's why all these guys are wasted. No, you're wasted.
Don't even know him.
You just go back to masturbating,
they
sir.
Don't even know him.
Yeah, just tell the guy to go... He can just go back to masturbating. He shouldn't have even taken the time out of jerking off to send me an email. Probably messed up the keys. I have to read a few things here. This is from the GoFundMe page. You can check this out. Josh's wife, Michelle, is a friend of my daughter-in-law, Brittany, and was a friend of my son, Dan Lee. What happened was nothing less than tragic. My sincerest sympathy to the entire family. Rest in peace, Josh. Daryl, you wrote, I miss you so much. I know you're pulling strings for us, brother. Wheeler Wells writes, Josh will truly be missed by the many people that knew him. Prayers to his wife, Michelle, and his family. Jamie writes, I love you, man. Thoughts, love, and positive vibes being sent your wife and family's way. And it just goes on. There are some people I talked to who wouldn't let me record them. And they said something that I thought was interesting. One particular guy who would go to Starbucks all the time, particular regular customer, was there all the time. Talked to him on the phone and couldn't put him on a recording because he was so tremendously upset. But he said that it was something that he looked forward to every day, was going in and getting that half breve latte, whatever the hell that is, and seeing Josh and lightening up before he went into work so he didn't kill anyone. This is what what one of your colleagues from At a Martyr's Fall said, Ryan Kubaki.
Josh was really just an amazing person. He lit up every room that he walked into. He didn't have to even do anything special. He was always really good at making people laugh, at just encouraging everyone around him. He was a phenomenal bassist. We always joked around about his bass heavyweight champion of the world belt that I was going to fight him for one day. And he just blew everyone away. Just within seconds of knowing him, he'd feel like a best friend, like a brother. And I'm really going to miss him.
Well, that says a lot right there. When you have another member of a band, yeah, and I know what it's like with bands. I mean, they are competitive, and this guy goes way out of his way to talk about Josh. I guess he had that kind of relationship with him.
Oh yeah, Josh had that kind of relationship with every single person he ever met. It didn't matter how long ago.
And he only knew him for a couple weeks, maybe even months or so.
So this would be one of the bands that you guys paid to play, that you paid so that they could play.
Oh yeah. But that's the way, like, me and Josh both looked at it exactly the same way, and the band feels the same way. We do this for the fun. We do it for the love of the music.
You can stop right there. Stop right there. Stop. Okay. You do this for what?
We do it for fun, and we do it for the love of the music.
Okay. Did everybody hear that? Those of you in the back with the hearing aids, did you hear that? They do it for the fun and the love of music. That's not a mental illness, folks. That's called dedication. I know people don't use dictionaries anymore, so Google it.
Nobody was more dedicated than Josh.
Funeral arrangements for Josh have been finalized, according to this. Visitation will be held Friday, June 24th, 2016, at Schmidt and Bartlett Funeral Home in Menominee Falls from 11 a.m. Central Standard Time until sharing of memories at 1:30 p.m. Interment will be at Wisconsin Memorial Park. Internment, how you like I say that? Interment. Boy, am I confused. Internment at the Wisconsin Memorial Park Cemetery at 13235 West Capitol Drive. Please meet there at 3 p.m. in the red parking lot, which is by the main building. You can also find these details at Schmidt and Bartlett's website at Schmidt, SCHMIDT, and Bartlett, BARTLT.com. If you plan on attending, make sure you bring something for the family. I was reading here, and I need you guys to comment on this. EP Nothing Left to Lose for my band Ceteri, and oh my god, I feel like a loser jamming out in my car to my own music, but I don't care. Can't wait to release it to the general public. We'll have some sneak peeks in the coming days, but not release until its entirety until the day of our release show. It will be and then it stops.
That's pretty much enthusiastic. Yeah, he was always enthusiastic about everything we did because he believed in it, and he made all of us believe in it because of how much he believed in it.
And he sounded like he was about ready to blow a load right there.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure he did. Oh yeah, he probably did.
Yeah. I understand that he had just recently attended, was it Redis? Or Ataris, Ataris, like, again, an idiot. What last concert he attended? He said he was going to attend Against Me, Blink-182, Weezer, and Billy Idol. That was stuff he had planned, hey?
Yep, and he was also going to go see Against Me was on Saturday, and the last show he got to see was the Ataris. And we just went nuts on that one.
Well, when was it? March 17th, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
I kicked out a few times. Yep.
That was good that you got a chance to do that. Good times.
Oh yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah. We've actually talked quite a bit here, and I don't want to blow through this too long. So what I'm going to do is I can play probably one or two more songs. So why don't we pick one out? We got Colossus of Clout. We can Sight for Sore Eyes. What do you guys want me to play? King of Thrash? Any of the ones? Give me a song.
Sight for Sore Eyes.
Sight for Sore Eyes. Tell me about this one.
Well, Josh had the majority of the influence. I think that's as far as we want to go there.
Say that again.
Josh definitely had the majority of the influence on this song, so...
Okay, did you write the lyrics?
Yeah. He did.
Yes. He wrote the lyrics. He wrote the lyrics and the music.
I kind
He wrote
of
everything pretty much.
adjusted it.
Okay, all right. Well, folks, this is from Ceteri's album, Nothing Left to Lose. You can get it on iTunes, you can get it on Amazon. But if you're an actual living, breathing human being and not a lizard with a pocketbook, you'll go out and buy the goddamn CD.
This isn't something I planned, but now I don't know what the hell to do. My heart's telling me to stop, but I just sit here thinking of you. And like a painting on your wall, I'll follow you around. I'll try not to look too creepy, try not to make a sound. I can't look too mature with my PlayStation controller. And you're the only woman that I know that can look out with this stroller. I see her all the time, and she's always on my mind. She's a sight for sore eyes, there's no eyes that sore is mine. I see her all the time, and she's always on my mind. She's a sight for sore eyes, there's no eyes that sore is mine. Don't wanna make things weird, I don't wanna ruin what we have. But you're a big distraction and I really got it bad. I know I may be crazy, I know I may be sad. But you already got a husband and I don't wanna make him mad. I can't look too mature watching Monday Night Raw. But damn, I gotta say, I see her all the time and she's always on my mind. She's a sight for sore eyes, there's no eyes that sore is mine. I see her all the time and she's always on my mind. She's a sight for sore eyes, there's no eyes that sore is mine. Gotta find a way to control myself. Gotta find a way to control myself. I'll find a way to make it out alive. I'm gonna go home and relieve myself. I'll lock the door and finally free myself. Find a way to get you off my mind. I can't look too mature with my PlayStation controller. And you're the only woman that I know that can look out with a stroller. I see her all the time, and she's always on my mind. She's a sun for sore eyes, there's no eyes that sore is mine. I see her all the time, and she's always on my mind. She's a sun for sore eyes, there's no eyes that sore is mine.
Field of Nightmares Radio, FONR from Dyersville, Iowa. It's music from Steve Miller, one of Josh's favorite songs. Guys, tell me why.
Josh loved Steve Miller Band because his dad did. And, I mean, he would always just talk about how him and his dad would be in the garage working on cars or in the basement while he'd be, like, playing around with G.I. Joes. It was always Steve Miller Band. That is something that Dave definitely rubbed off on his son. Josh always loved the Steve Miller Band. And I thought that'd be a good song to pick because everyone knows the joke.
Yeah. That's interesting how we have influences and how those influences really bring out the artist in people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What about you guys? What are your influences?
Me personally, like, I actually listen to, like, a lot of, like, 50s doo-wop and 60s rock and roll. And like Josh says, I listen to the oldies, but apparently to him, I don't listen to the good oldies.
Yeah, it's interesting. What about you, Jesse?
I was brought up hair metal, classic rock all the way.
Cool. All right. And Kenny?
You know, me personally, it's all over the place. I'm from R&B, hip hop, you know, rock, funk, screamo, hardcore.
So my old man was a drummer, and he was always really hot on. Well, he was actually really uptight about Gene Krupa, but of course that's jazz, you know. But,
Yeah.
And
My idol is Travis Barker.
Travis.
Yeah,
Really?
Travis Barker is my idol.
Cool. That is great.
He's the reason why I play drums. You know, one time I was, in Eddie's house, and we were watching videos of Blink-182, and the first time I seen Travis Barker ever do a 360 playing drums, doing a drum solo. That's what influenced me to dedicate my life to music.
Like I said, our influences, I can understand that. What about you, Daryl? Did I get you in there?
Well, I probably grew up on country, which is a little weird.
Not at all. Not at all.
And then I switched immediately in my teens to punk rock and angst and anger.
We would play a band. It's kind of funny how we got their music. I won't go into it here, but we play a band that does country punk.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't even know it existed till I started this. The stuff that's happening. I got to read this. I got to read a couple things real quick because we don't have much time. Only about 6 minutes. I'm going to give the station back to the robots. This is Josh's bio written in 2008. Josh Michek is the bringer of the funk. Parentheses, basis, on parentheses, in Ceteri. He also does backup vocals that are to die for. The emotion shown through lyrics, him and Eddie Wright, his agonizing screaming, and the experimental aggressiveness of the bass that could revolutionize the way people define a bass player. That was his bio. He wrote that in 2008, according to this.
Yes, he did. And he wrote it himself.
He was not shy, that's for sure.
Now, he married Michelle on August 10th, 2013.
Yep.
And he formed a company, or actually a production nonprofit called Pop Drunk. Briefly tell me about that, guys.
It was just something that Josh decided to start up one day. This was like something we'd always talked about at like the bars, like me and him and the band. And then just one day, went on Facebook, he started a page, and people started getting behind it. We just wanted to bring all the local Milwaukee local bands together.
Yeah, we were trying to support local music.
And it doesn't matter what genre. Genre didn't matter. We just wanted them to bring everybody together.
Yeah, unsigned bands, and just showing that love and support and also exposure that they deserve.
Yeah, that's really something, because that's a hard thing to do. Believe me, I know. He said he's got down here a huge fan of Packers and Bucks and Brewers and WWE wrestling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And the nickname, does anyone want to tell me the nickname and the reason behind that one?
Eddie.
Which nickname?
Rollin' fucking J.
Ah, yeah. I can do a little. I'm rolling.
I think we need somebody who's down with the background on that one.
Yeah, it's because he wrote bass rolls, you know.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah,
He
see,
does those bass rolls.
living in Iowa, I miss out on those parties. I gotta say, I was impressed by the CD. I'm very impressed by it. It says here Ceteri is an independent hardcore indiecore band. This local band calls themselves Ceteri, which is derived from the Latin word meaning the remaining, which is an interesting concept, especially now. They picked this name to represent the remaining memories of their, quote, altered, unquote, minds. They have been together since... Yeah, that's what's written here. The remaining memories of their altered minds. They have been together since 2005. This fine band is composed of 4 members: Eddie Springman vocals, Jesse McElroy guitar. That's what just one guitar it says. Ken Clark drums, and Josh Michek bass vocals. These fellows have been a part of former local bands such as Overgrown Adolescents, Starting Over, and Ferris Fowl. Having previous band experience has broadened their musical talents to a new horizon. And Eddie wrote, "When we are on stage, we enter a state of mind that cannot be explained. We get up there and enter a zone, and we have loved every minute of it." Tell me about that, man.
Personally, nothing describes being on stage in front of one person, 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, 50 people, 1,000 people. Being up there and having people look at you and listening to what you're saying is something that no drug, no alcohol can give you. That's a feeling that is indescribable, in my opinion.
You know, I think for a lot of musicians, that's a life thing. You know, it really does mean a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
And it's like a drug. Yeah.
And you know, that may be the ultimate thing, is that it is a way to, I mean, let's be honest, a lot of you guys, a lot of the musicians I've met have things in their life they're pissed about. Everybody does, right? You know, stuff that you write about, stuff that you've gone through, you know. That's a big thing, and I understand why people write. You know, I tried to. Who used to say this? When you can't do something, you teach. When you can't play music, you play other people's music. Josh J. Michek was born February 11th, 1988, and passed June 14, 2016. He was a manager at Starbucks Coffee, but most importantly, he's the bass player in this band, Ceteri. The remaining. Now, we want you to understand that you can go to Amazon.com and download the music, because the music keeps on going, folks, no matter what happens. No matter what happens in time, what happens to us, music doesn't stop. And like I've said to many people, that if life finds a way, then music will find a way. So that means you guys live forever.
True. Very true. You're immortalized in the music.
And that's very important. Now we're rolling out here, and we have we're going to cheat a little bit. Let our affiliate stations know we're going over a little bit. Guys, each one of you, why don't you say something to Josh? There's something I believe about radio, and that is that it just goes out there and keeps going. We're on 5 different satellites. We're going out to the desert at the AFRTN right now, so I know we're on their satellite. So imagine that going out into space. What do you got to say? Go ahead, Eddie.
I just want to say, he knows this, Josh. I've loved you, brother. You're the reason that I'm a better man today. The world is really, really, really going to miss you. I know I'm really, really, really going to miss you. But I'm going to make everything live on, and you're going to become immortalized through the music for sure, man. I know one thing, you definitely would kill us all if we stopped. And we're going to make this happen for you, my man.
And Daryl, go ahead.
Josh, you know, I don't know what, I'll always just, you're right there with me, and I can't even, it's so hard.
All right, dude, it's cool. It's cool. I don't want to push it.
He knows I love him. I just love him so much. I miss him.
Kenny, you out there?
Hey, well, Josh, man, you were the happiest, lovable man anybody could ever love, man. I enjoyed playing right behind you and being a team. Josh, I just want to let you know, man, that I will always miss you and I will always love you for who you were, minus the music, but for who you were as a human being and the way you touched people, just with your personality and your smile, man. I miss you, bro, and I'll see you soon, man. Love you, bro.
Go ahead, Jess.
And Josh, every time you walked into a room, you just lit it up, just like the way you lit it up on this album. You'll forever be on the album, man. I love you.
All right. Now, what are you guys planning on in the future?
As of right now, we have about 7 shows, I think, booked. We plan on playing at least 5 of them. It's probably going to be acoustic for now, because we're going to definitely take our time when it comes to finding a bass player, because you can't replace Josh. Yeah.
Irreplaceable.
Yep. He's definitely irreplaceable, but we know that we do have to move on without him, and we're definitely going to hit that stage at some point this summer, and I'll tell you that this band's definitely not done. We're just starting. Yep. And he's going to guide us everywhere.
That's good to hear. It's good to hear that you guys, you plan on keeping it up.
We have to. We have to.
Right. So many bands would give up at this point. And with what you've got, the music that you have, the future that you have, I wouldn't argue over it. I would keep it up.
Oh, yeah.
Folks, we've been talking to Eddie Springman, Daryl Kuiper, Kenny Clark, and Jesse McElroy, musicians of Ceteri, the remaining, with their album, Nothing Left to Lose, just out now, available on Amazon and iTunes. Buy it, buy the CD, all right? I know that that's like 1990s technology, but just buy the CD. And please, people, please, I'm asking you personally, I know I'm an asshole, but do this just as a statement against me if you don't like me. www.gofundme.com/Josh Michek, JOSHMICHEK/donate, JOSHMICHEK/donate. You can also get that right off of our app. Just hit the 3 bars in the upper left-hand corner. If you have the Android or iOS app, you just simply click on that. It's the top link. Just click on it. You can donate right from our app, all right? You can donate from the PC player. In the upper right-hand corner is a picture of Josh with his name on it. Click on that and donate. Please donate. Go to the website if you don't trust our app or our player. Please donate. They need your help. Again, 83% of independent musicians don't have health insurance, life insurance, don't have insurance for dental, can't afford this. Think of his wife, his mother, and his father. Guys, you're excellent, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
All right, stay on the line. I'll talk to you a little bit. And folks, you've been listening to At Midnight on Field of Nightmares Radio. Sorry about this, planet Earth, but it's 5 minutes after 29, 5 minutes after 1 o'clock. Can you tell I don't know what's going on? I am completely tired. 64.5 degrees. That's all you need to know because it's clear out there. It's not going to rain, so just enjoy it. Sit back, enjoy the music, and we will return to our regularly scheduled bullshit.
You are listening to Field of Nightmares Radio.